First off, first off, I want to apologize to any viewers for this not coming out sooner. I mean, I have no good excuse other than I've been slacking, really been slacking on a lot, and I'm really going to try to turn that around. Try to really turn that around. I mean, I really am because I want to get the blog going. I have a lot of articles right for the blog. I got other podcasts I'm planning on making here for the Unknown Asylum podcast, and just still got my Unknown Alien Assassin mini series to edit, write, and finish. And it's just like I got a lot going on, and I need to focus on it in some degree or another to be able to move the ball forward. And I just want to apologize to the viewers out there if you have been waiting for the Halloween episode of the Unknown Asylum podcast, or if you have just been wanting new content to see um, on my channel that I haven't gotten to this yet, and I'm really going to try to straighten this out. And it might not straighten out overnight, but I'm just really going to try to straighten it out because I mean I've just been slacking, been focusing on things I shouldn't be focusing on, and instead of being productive with things I need to be goal oriented and go instead of focusing on the things that I need to be goal oriented on, and I've just been focusing on all the wrong things, and I apologize. With that being said, this is the Halloween episode of the Unknown Asylum podcast, and I just wanted to talk about this Halloween episode because this Halloween episode is basically going to be about movies over time. I was born in '83. So I grew up on the original Nightmare on Elm Street, the original Halloween movies, the original Friday the 13th movies. Now in the '80s, you had the movies like that. I mean, you had slasher movies, and the closest thing to a slasher movie that they brought back out was the Scream franchise, which began in the mid '90s, and it went from, I mean, I just don't understand it. I'll argue with you until the day that I die that the '80s horror movies are the best horror movies that there are. Now, if you want to disagree with me in the comments. Because I love the '80s horror movies. I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I love Friday the 13th. I love Halloween. I can't tell you which one's my favorite. Did I get into the Hellraiser movies? No, I cannot honestly say I've watched the Hellraiser movie. I mean, I may have seen bits and pieces to a Hellraiser movie, but have I actually watched one beginning to end? I can't tell you that I have because I don't know. I don't remember it. And I'm sure I would remember that if I did. I mean, we're even talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, the original of those came out then. We're in the '80s. And it's just, those were the best time period for me. I mean, Scream picked it back up, picked back up the slasher films. Scream's been a good franchise in modern day. And as far as I see it going, it's like it has gone from the slasher franchise to the torture porn franchise, and then by torture porn I mean Saw, Hostel, those type of movies, to paranormal. Now we're at the paranormal segment of life, and we went from PG-13 movies and R-rated movies in the '80s to today's world. We have PG-13 movies, horror movies. It's all paranormal. Then the reboots. The reboots are coming in today. And they're making a reboot of The Lost Boys. A woke reboot of The Lost Boys. How ridiculous is that? It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I do not get it at all. I mean, I don't get all these reboots. I mean, going back to Prom Night and reboots of that. And it's like, I mean, gosh, it's like Terrifier is a big movie today. big movie today. That's not a reboot, but we're just talking about horror movies in general. Terrifier's real big today, and that was an independent film. As far as I know, this is an independent film. The third movie's coming to theaters. The first two were, I don't know if they're just on Netflix or where they were at, but they're just gross, man. I'm telling you, I can handle a lot. I can handle a lot with movies and content, especially with things I write about personally. And but if you're just gonna be bloody to be bloody, it ruins it for me. It absolutely ruins it for me. I mean, I don't see myself watching a Terrifier movie all the way through, and I just ordered a Saw 10 on 4K Blu-ray, and I'm wondering now if I'm even gonna watch the thing after I get it, because I mean, that just looks gross too. And a younger version of me probably wouldn't feel this way, but me at the age I am now, it's just like I'm turning into my older brother. I'm turning into my older brother, and but they just don't have it like the '80s movies. I mean, there's Freddy, man. He'll crack jokes on you while he's killing you. I mean, and he's witty about it too. I mean, and Jason is unstoppable. Michael Myers is unstoppable. Leatherface is unstoppable. They say if it bleeds, it dies, but it can die. If it bleeds, it can die. But no, that's not the case, man. That wasn't the case with the '80s movies. It'll bleed. It might bleed. You're gonna have a hard time killing it, and it's gonna be back for more in the next movie. And it wasn't like the '80s horror movies with Jason, Michael Myers, even Freddy, and Leatherface weren't like the movies today, even with Ghostface. I mean, Ghostface was a human being. Ghostface is a human underneath a sheet, and you kill Ghostface in that movie. That version of Ghostface is not coming back, but you're gonna get another one. It's gonna be another real human being though, and it's just one of those things, man. It's just crazy. Where the horror movie spectrum has gone from the slasher movie to the camp slasher movies to Sleepaway Camp, Friday the 13th. You don't see that anymore today. You don't see today what you used to see in the '80s, and I don't know if it's just because they're trying to go toward a different audience or what it is, but the paranormal stuff is just boring to me. The remake stuff is just stupid to me. It's just hard for me to get my head around watching a horror movie in today's world. These new horror movies are coming to theaters in today's world. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And, I hope this Halloween episode of, the Unknown Asylum podcast isn't boring for you, but I'm just being honest with you about my feelings. From the time I started watching horror movies in the '80s to now, I'd still rather watch the '80s horror movies. I just would. That's bottom line for me. I still would just like to watch the '80s horror movies, and I would like to see '80s horror movies come out today. I mean, you've seen them try to remake them. You've seen them try to remake Friday the 13th or Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street. It hasn't came out the way that it was originally. It hasn't came out that way. I mean, it hasn't came out. It's good and as good as it was in the past. I mean, number one, in the Friday the 13th remake, Jason's holding the girl hostage, and Jason doesn't hold hostages. Jason won't chain your foot up to something and keep you as a pet. I mean, it's literally. I mean, that's not Jason's style. Jason will kill you for being at Camp Crystal Lake and doing the things you're not supposed to do. That's Jason's style. Killing you for being at Camp Crystal Lake and doing the things you're not supposed to do. And Michael Myers, he'll kill you on Halloween if you come evade his space because he's psycho. And Freddy, he'll kill you if you go to sleep. One thing they did do was make Freddy a child molester in the remake. They did do that, and that sort of made sense to a certain degree. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just like they can't get it. They can't get it perfect like they want it to. I mean, it's like with the Halloween remakes. Rob Zombie remade 2, then they brought Laurie Strode back with Jamie Lee Curtis and did another trilogy that was supposed to take place after, I think it was after the second movie. After the second movie, maybe. That trilogy takes place if you look at it on timeline. But it's just nuts. It's nuts. And I'm telling you, they don't make horror movies like they used to. Bottom line. I say make wrestling great again, but you can also say make horror movies great again. Because they did not make them like they used to. And this is the closing out portion of the Unknown Asylum podcast. And I will tell you this much. I will be back sooner rather than later. I will not keep people waiting as long as I've kept people waiting for this podcast. I mean, I was planning on doing it on Halloween, and then here we are, November 10th. I'm doing it now, and it is almost 10 days later, and I'm sorry for that. Like I just said in the opening, I do apologize for it. I plan on getting my stuff together and changing this up a bit, changing things up a bit, changing my schedule up a bit to where I'm focusing on everything I need to focus on equally, and I'm getting things out in a timely manner, and I'm not just feel like I'm wasting time. So anyway, I hope anybody watching this accepts my apology. With that being said, tune in to the next episode of the Unknown Asylum podcast. It is an undetermined, um, it is a undetermined title and subject line. Title and subject matter. It will either be about the Tyrus Enough Said comedy special, which I hope to shoot some comedy special I'm going to tonight, which I hope to shoot some, secret video there tonight with some secret, um, with a secret camera I got almost in my glasses. And, so it'll be about that tonight, or it will be about the new Ghostbusters movie. Either way, those two subject matters of the podcast are coming soon. By coming soon, I mean between now and Monday, they'll be filmed and on the list here. And anyway, I hope y'all tune back and subscribe. And thank you for watching.